Oh, my goodness. Dude, let's go. What a great golf swing that was. So once again, guys, just like for the viewer and for you guys as well, when I set this up, ideally, just here, I want Dad to come back here just so you have this. He'll go back there too, so you guys can all go back behind Gabe, just so you guys can see how we set this up. It's really important because if you overdo it or underdo it, you're either going to do it to the point where you overdo your swing. So notice how when I set up, I would be approximately splitting my feet and the ball, if anything, a little bit closer to the feet, you know, so right in the middle, but maybe a little closer here. I put the rod in the ground and it ends up going at the same angle as the shaft in my setup, but I put it just underneath my right pocket. And what that helps me do is it's just enough to keep me on top of it, enough to scare me, but not enough to get me to the point where I'm actually gonna be swinging over the top, okay? Just for somebody, for a younger player who you know, just the strength alone keeps them always underneath here. This is a great way for him to start getting some upper body involvement in the swing and not just having the lower body slide out ahead of the hands, okay? So this is really good, okay? We're gonna set up like this, keep this right in between the feet and the ball, if anything favoring the feet, on line with the shaft, up underneath the pocket, right, yeah, now we're talking, now look at this, we're right on top of it right there. And you guys, why are we doing this? Well, when we were underneath, if we were over here and underneath here, well, there's no angle of attack. There's no downward angle for the club to compress the golf ball, right? So the most important thing for you guys to understand is by having our hands and the club more out in front of us, when we transition, it's gonna be more out in front of us. Not steep, still in a nice shallow position, but just not underneath. And the club can then trap the golf ball. Really start it on line with better compression, okay? Yes, that was so good right there, dude. Let me get a video of that, that was awesome. Super pure. It's okay, it's okay. Hey guys, I want to show you guys this though, because this is so sweet. Look at where this golf club is right now. How pure is that right there? That is so good, dude. Watch this. Watch this club come down. You clear now? Here we go. Look at, so we were just showing Hill. This is so cool. Look at the difference in this top position right here. So good right there. Club's in front of him. And watch this. Right down. Watch where this club is. Right on the plane right there, right? So that's what we're talking about. This is just the compliments of this nice drill, right? Just makes it easy. Be patient with it. Let's see it be smooth. Really get that compression we're looking for. Nice job. See, I like that one better because he was patient on that one. That one was a little bit smoother. That was better right there. Wow. Look at the spin on the ball though, dude. We're getting a lot better ball flight. How about that golf swing right there? Wow. Dang. Yeah, isn't that money? Nice job, bud. That's so good. Here, let me get some better balls. Oh, my goodness. Dude, let's go. What a great golf swing that was. Hey, you guys, every day we're always working on, you know, hey, this look right here, the good rotate, but making sure, we gotta make sure that golf club in the hands get in the right spot, right? We have to make sure that we have simple drills like this. So checkpoints for us. We've created checkpoints. Let me grab my golf club so I can highlight a couple of those for us. Couple things, right? So big thing here. We talked about how you're in a very good set position. So set position meaning we hit checkpoint 1, club down the line of the feet when it's parallel to the ground. We set the club, and here's the thing. We always want to see that club set on top of the right forearm, you know, never underneath it with the butt of the club pointed over the golf ball, always on top of it with the butt of the club down to the inside of the ball, if not within 6 inches of the inside of it, okay? Here's the big thing. After we get that position, This is the one thing I wanted Dad to get. We wanted to make sure that the hands were going right underneath that right shoulder and then left arm on the shoulder plane, not hands kind of through where the right elbow is there and way underneath here. This look pins us underneath the plane, where if everything's in front of us, well, now when I turn back down to the golf ball, it's right where it needs to be. And there's a better path, straighter, better angle of attack, more stable square club face longer, okay? So checkpoints, making sure you guys actually, really know where is the set position? Where should I be halfway back? Where should my hands and club be intersecting my right bicep, right shoulder? That's, if we know that exactly, what's nice is when you guys are out there looking at it on film, you can go, hold on a second there. I'm either just a little bit this way or I'm a little that way. What's great about golf though, what you're doing wrong doesn't change what you have to do right. What you're doing wrong doesn't change what you have to do right. And here's the cool thing. When we know what we have to do right, we keep attacking that. So, Hill, for you, when you understand what correct is, well, the great thing about it is, there's a feeling, there's a certain way I go about it. For me, guys, it's very simple. I keep my left arm on the left side of my body. I don't let my hands ever pass my center. I just keep my hands on the left side of my body, and I feel my hands turn right down the line of my feet and up to the top with my body's turn. That way my hands, if they're right in front of my body center, just follow the direction of my turn. And if we can get that down with simplicity, I mean, my goodness, that's one thing I always admired about Tiger's swing. He did such a great job of that. His left arm just stayed right on that left side, and the hands and the club look like this, just so quiet and just right up to the top, and and then you're in a position that you're connected and ready to go, right? All right, Hill, let's see it, bud. No, look at my mom and dad down there.
That's cool.
Yeah, mom and dad playing some golf with their buddies. I love it. And Hill striping it in the foreground. Look at the ball flight. What I tell you, what did I predict though? We talked about it. Yeah. I said straighter ball flight, higher. Dude, just got done walking Augusta Nationals fairways this last week. And I want you guys to know, I want you guys to know, there's a few names of my players that come to mind when I walk those fairways. And I think, man, I'm going to be out here with Hill someday. I'm going to be out there with, Jaden someday, right? I'm going to be out there with all those, Jeffrey, all these great young players. I know we're going to be out there with these guys. Now, there's mom and dad over there. I had to wave real quick.
Roger, right?
Yeah, Roger and Melissa. There's mom too. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So here's the big thing. Walking those fairways, looking at those greens. I think they made a comment this week. I'm on these greens and I'm like, man, I've watched the Masters 34, but I can legitimately remember 26 of them in my head with watching with my dad, right? There's no way the greens have ever been this firm. And I think there was a couple of comments this week made about how it was the firmest the greens have ever been. But I'm literally on the greens and I'm thinking, my goodness, like these things are like rocks. And I'm thinking about my boys and my young boys especially, and a lot of my ladies, not just the young ladies, but the ladies in general, right? Just sometimes it's due to the ability with the speed you don't have. It's a nice way of saying it, right? The ability of speed. You're not going to see the same ball flight, spinning up in the air and going way up there. But the ones who had it ended up winning that week. The girl who won, we played within the practice round. And Brianna and I, and Brianna's an incredible player, we both looked at each other after she hit a couple shots. We were like, whoa. Like the ball just had that, and you could see it was penetrating, but it was floating. And like Dad was saying, just like the last shot you hit, penetrating, but it peaked out later, and then it just drops down, right? And it holds those greens. And I was thinking about my young players. I'm like, man, I would love for them to hit what to them would be probably a 6-iron in the number 12 at Augusta, when the green's only like 12 feet wide, or from front to back. And I mean, I'd love to see you guys at like a 6. Someday it'll be like a pitching wedge or 9-iron for these young guys. But now, I mean, the only way you hold that green, you better do what we're talking about right here. You better have the right angle of attack. So it's important to get this down, really is. Ball position number 1, buddy, a little bit ahead of center, if anything. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, that holds the green. That even holds Pinehurst. Isn't that unbelievable? Isn't that funny? That's what we love hearing. Pinehurst number 2 was another one where I had the fortune of caddying for Brian Stark in that, and he's over at Oklahoma State. You guys, I'll never forget on the second hole, he just, like we picked the yardage. It was like 189 or something like that, and we're like, hey, okay, we're gonna land this like 180, and he landed at 180, right in front of the hole. And we ended up 30 yards over the green. And I was just looking at him like, he looked at me, I looked at him, I go, whoa. Like, that was a case where not only did you need the ball flight for it, which he had, which we had to gauge for, but like you had to play for it. Like we had to land significantly short of the green to even have the ball end up where it did on longer shots. But, you know, so there's a little bit of creativity there. There's sometimes when you get to certain courses, you know, understanding short's better than long. Understanding that even if it doesn't land and run up to the green, sometimes that chip from the front of the green is better than landing it 2 feet on the green and ending up 20 yards over. So you know what I mean? There's a lot of tough courses. We talked with another young player today about that, Gabe, where one of the La Costa is known for, all the kids always come back to me and they're always like, man, dude, the greens are so hard. Like I bounced off the greens all day. And our response was, well, did you try to play for the front edge or did you play for the first 5 yards short of the green? And they go, well, no, you know, because if you land it 5 yards short, it stops. And I understand that, but that's exactly right. And that's a hard part. That at this age right here is really hard to understand. So if I play a golf course like that, Hill, that you're like, man, even though I have a great ball flight, and I'm able to hold some of the greens, I know my cutoff point. When I played the U.S. Junior Amateur at Atlanta Athletic Club, I couldn't hold the green with anything more than a 7-iron. So what I did was I played to 5 yards short, but you know what I did? I practiced chipping from 5 yards short all week in the practice rounds, and I practiced chipping at the chipping green more than I did practicing getting my irons close to the hole. So one of the things that helped me that week make it to match play, and it was as a result of just preparation, my dad being a knowledgeable golfer and him helping me out with that, but making sure that I was, you know, understanding my capability also and what the course would give me. Yeah, strategy, right? So that's big, you know, and I know a player like this needs to hear that because you got to have your wheels turning when you're playing those practice rounds about how you're going to play that golf course and prepare. The good news is this ball flight we're working on right now makes more holes accessible. It is, and you know what? That was nice, and it could have been a lot nicer because what I thought could have been better is even though the angle was good, get the hands cruising with that speed of the body on the way through, okay? I want to see that. That was a beautiful backswing. Give me a little hand speed. Get the ball a little bit more further forward. It's okay. Now, one thing that always happens with the hand speed, the first one typically, sometimes the person doesn't get it up there. They already start to speed up their hands. Make sure you get your hands in the club up to the top together. Let it gather. And then give me some pop to it, okay? Like that. Best swing of the day right there, guys. Like that was the absolute best swing of the day. Gabe, how much farther than we started the day?
A lot.
That was sick, dude. That was awesome, Hill. Attaboy. Hey, you know what? People always wonder why. They always ask me, like, hey, Adam, how can you stand at a golf course and teach lessons from 7 a.m. in the morning till 6 o'clock at night or 7 o'clock at night and then be able to go home and teach more? And I go, well, when I got a lesson like this to look forward to at the end of the day and I get to watch that ball flight and all I have to say is a couple things, set up an alignment rod and watch the guy go, it makes the job a lot more enjoyable. Plus I got this view out here. How about this, guys? give it a little scan there. I get to watch the little action on the 9th green. We got the pond, we got the waterfall, got the beautiful mountains in the background. And you know what's great? Hill, when I wake up in the morning, I come out here, the sun rises right over, that's Mount Woodson over there, so the sun rises over that. I watch it go overhead all day till it goes right over there, and then it sets in the evening, and we get miraculous sunrises and we get these beautiful sunsets. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Not a lot of jobs you can say it goes literally right here all day, and I'm out here for all of it. Can you tell? Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Any questions or comments you have, please leave them below. Also, click the link below to pick up 3 free videos. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy our channel.